boogeyman, the terrible, horrible boogeyman. I come in the middle of the night and frighten bad little girls like you. Beware, better have a care.
I'm going to show you guys how I clean fish. Alright, there's a few different basic ways that you can do it. Here we have, these are just black crappie, which I know in the north they call them different things. Different parts of the world they probably call different things, but we just call these crappie. You know, that's about the average size for one. Now, if you get a little bit bigger one, like this guy right here is pretty fat. This guy here is pretty big. I'll probably fillet these three and show you how I do filleting. But the smaller ones like this one, which, you know, the meat on him's pretty much no bigger than your hand. These guys are real easy. I'll zoom in the camera and show you how I do this. It's really simple. Alright, these little ones are pretty easy. All you're going to do is take a sharp knife. In this case, I just have a little Rapala fillet knife. These fillet knives are nice, in case you don't know, because they're flexible. You know, they're meant to flex and not break. And they're reasonably sharp. Go ahead and put the knife just behind the gill here, along this little line. Actually, you want to make sure that it's behind his little fin here, okay? And this is going to apply to cleaning just about any fish. Alright, go ahead and go off with the head there. Alright, just take him and cut him down the belly, kind of like this. And then just reach your fingers in there and pull out whatever guts are in there. Sorry for the noise. It's kind of a nice day, so everybody's out and about and doing their thing. Alright. Just pull all the, hopefully you can see this, all the guts out of the, you know, little stomach cavity there, or the, his body there. And then what I do is, just clip his little tail here. And just take the edge of your knife, get rid of your scales. Some people use a spoon. You can do that too. Whatever you use, just make sure you get all of them. Nobody wants to bite down on a scale. Now, in a survival situation, if you're cooking these little guys out in the field or something, you're probably not going to even get remotely as extravagant as what I'm doing here. You could, in theory, just go ahead and, you know, if you were going to make yourself up a little stew or something, you could just throw the little guy in there, scales and all, and head and all and everything, and just let him cook good. Because all of your little guts and eyeballs and all the extra things in there are going to provide extra nutrients. Now, while you may not actually eat all of that stuff, it still integrates itself into a broth that can help you survive if you're stranded, or, you know, if you're in a survival situation. Now, since I'm in this situation, I'm not in a survival situation, I'm going to take my time and get every little scale off. Just because, you know, you want them to fry up nice, and you want them to taste good. You don't want to bite down on anything that you're going to get a surprise from. But, freaking dog next door is driving me nuts. Anyway, that's your basic, you know, basic way to clean a fish right there. Just get all the scales off, chop the head off, get the guts out. Alright, now what I'll do is I'll fillet one. Now this fish here, let's do him. He's pretty big. Alright. Alright, to fillet a fish, this is easy. You can come in from the same exact direction that you did before, behind the fin here, behind his little head. You're going to cut down to the bone, just like I did. You'll feel the bone kind of scrape. Go ahead and cut a line down the middle, just like you were if you're going to gut them. But not much. You just want to cut enough of a line to get the knife in there. And then you're just going to angle the knife against the backbone, but not to the point where you're going to cut through the backbone. You just want to go along the backbone. And just cut along the backbone. See, I'm getting a pretty good bit of meat there. There we go. This is kind of a small fish to fillet. I'm just trying to show you the basic idea. But we're going to go along the backbone. All right. Now you're not gonna cut this little piece off, because what you're gonna do, you're gonna take it off of your clip there, and you're gonna angle the knife again. But this time you got to be careful, because you don't want to cut through the skin. We're basically just removing the meat from the skin, just like I'm doing right here. And as you can see, you've got a nice fillet. It's not a very big one. Might take you a little bit of work to get you process down. Alright. That's a basic fillet. You're going to have that little rib cage there. You go ahead and cut that out. Alright. Now again, this is a very small fish to, having filleted him. But I'm just trying to show you the basic idea. I mean, these are panfish. But anyway, it's kind of a sloppy fillet. But you basically just cut the rib cage out, and you're left with a boneless piece of meat. And that's a small fillet. But it doesn't matter if the fish is 20 pounds or a half a pound. That's what you're going to end up getting out of it. So for the other side of him, you do the same exact thing. Clip his tail in. See if I can do this one a little bit faster. Alright. Alright. Against the backbone. Flip him against the skin. That's why the knife is flexible. You can see I'm actually bending this knife. That's what you want to do. Bend the knife. Alright, out with the rib cage. Basically just cutting all, the bad stuff from around it. And you're left with a boneless piece of meat. That's the basic idea. And then this whole fish here, what's left, you just toss it. That's a fillet. Now, like I mentioned, you can actually, if you're in a survival situation, there's parts of this fish that can provide you with fresh water and other nutrients. If you're in a just absolute survival situation, you can eat the eyes, which contain fresh water. You can eat liver, heart, and other organs that'll provide you with good sources of protein, as well as a little bit of water. Probably not much water, then it would cost you to digest it. But fish are excellent sources of protein in the wild and in a survival situation. You can eat them raw, or you can cook them. I would suggest any wild fish, any fish, you should probably generally try to cook it. But that's the basic idea behind it, and that's what you do to clean fish. Pretty simple.